What's up guys, it's FerroSpace. Now today I'm gonna talk about the possible individuals that might come to the tea party, and of course these are people we know and some characters that have been shown but not yet revealed. Now number one, I'm gonna say Buggy. Now the reason I say Buggy is because of right now he has beef with Luffy because Harujin, which is the giant who was originally on Buggy's crew, he left out to join Luffy's Grand Fleet, and Buggy was pissed about that. If you guys remember back in like the beginning of Zo arc, you know, like Buggy was like telling who did this, and the other guy was telling like, you don't want to know, bro. So yeah, Buggy and Luffy always had this love-hate relationship, but yeah, I can see both of them on Whole Cake, like joking around and stuff. And also there's a scene I saw back at the end of the Jaya arc when Buggy met Ace. He said something quite strange. He said no one should hurt the men of the Whitebeard pirates. He was scared that Whitebeard would come for his ass. Now it's the same thing with Big Mom, whereas no one can refuse the invitation to Big Mom's tea party. And I can see Buggy getting scared and actually coming to the tea party because he doesn't want to get chased by, you know, Big Mom's crew or have any of his friends taken out. So yeah, there's a good chance we might see Buggy there. Number 2, Bonnie. So for amongst the supernovas, we haven't heard much about Bonnie. We've heard about Kid, Apu, Hawkins, and the Alliance, Uruj taking down commanders like usual, Drake being a underling under Kaido, and Capone planning something against Big Mom. But we haven't heard much about Bonnie ever since she got captured by Kainu back in at the end of Marineford. Also, there's a lot of theory out there saying Bonnie is Big Mom's daughter because she has a lot of similarities. Like their devil fruit is very similar in the sense where they can do something to people's lifespan. And personally, I think that would be a great way to put her back in the main story. And I can see her meeting up with Luffy, and we might get like a brief or quick flashback and learn what happened to her. So Bonnie, I think she's on my list. Number 3, Miss Weevil, Miss Bakken, and Weevil. The reason I say this is because, again, just like Boggin, Miss Bakken has a lot of similarities, like to Big Mom's crew. She might possibly even be a daughter like Bonnie. Maybe she's like a runaway daughter like Lola. They never said anything about Lola being the only daughter that ran away. So Bakkens and Bonnie might be runaways, and she's really old too. Like I'm thinking she's one of the oldest daughters. Another thing we have to remember is that Weevil is looking for Luffy right now. If Miss Bakken got an invitation to Sanji's and Charlotte's tea party or wedding, and they knew she was going to get married, she would put 2 and 2 together and realize that Sanji is a part of Luffy's crew, and she would guess that Luffy would also come to the tea party because he wants to rescue his friend, because he did the same thing with Ace. So yeah, I can see Weevil come to the tea party. Him and Luffy might clash because Luffy would never reveal the whereabouts of Marco, even if he did know about where Marco's at. So yeah, Weevil might show up. I don't know. A lot of people think in Wano Kuni or this arc. I'm not gonna say it's 100%, but I think it's either one of these arcs. I would lean towards Wano, but there's still a possibility they might come here. Number 4, the Underworld Brokers. Now this one I don't have too much proof on. This is more like a gut feeling that one of the Underworld Brokers we might see might end up showing up at the tea party. So for amongst all of the brokers that have been revealed, I think there's like 2-3 guys we haven't seen yet. Like they haven't appeared in the story yet. So I feel like it'd be cool if we get to see more of these guys, and maybe some of these guys have ties and they're from like powerful countries and all that. There's also a panel I saw, I'll put it up on screen right now. It basically shows 2 brokers we see in Punk Hazard, and we also see these guys in the Ace and Luffy Sabo flashback. So there might be some type of reunion there with Luffy and possibly receiving help from these guys. But yeah, I can definitely see a couple of Underworld Brokers there. They're involved with like bad activity. So yeah. Number 5, Crocodile. Now this arises from the speculations and theories that people have done. Like I saw one about Crocodile getting involved with Vegapunk and Judge. I think One Word made that one, and basically what he said, it was Crocodile was potentially one of the scientists that was working with Vegapunk alongside Blackbeard, because they know so much about devil fruits, and he had the capabilities to put a devil fruit, and also the fact that he wants a Pluton, which is a ship you can build. And there's also Also others that might be working with, he might be one of the dudes also working with Capone, because both of them have that mafia theme going on. So they might be like, I don't know, I can see like Crocodile coming in, making his comeback at a tea party, and hopefully we might get a flashback. I'm saying flashback too much, because like the whole thing Ivankov mentioned during the Impel Down arc, where he said he has a secret. Maybe he's one of Big Mom's daughters. I don't know. Might be some connection between Crocodile and Big Mom. Honestly, like Crocodile, he's a guy I want to see come back real quick, because like he's one of my favorite characters in One Piece, and I would like to get a flashback, not too deep, just enough so we can understand what the situation is. Because you know, we have 26 chapters left in the arc. Also, there's something I wanted to mention, something I saw recently, and in the cover story, I don't know what chapter it was, but we see Crocodile with Das Bones and some hippos behind him. Now, the odd thing about that is that these guys are not minks. Yes, they're not minks. Minks are only composed of animals with fur, and hippos don't have fur. The only known case of an animal being alive like that is through the use of Big Mom's powers. So there might be some connection there. Maybe she gave him like an army of like hippos, I don't know. It's basically only him and Das Bones. He needs a lot of manpower, so maybe Big Mom did something. So yeah, Crocodile, I can see him coming to the tea party. Again, I'm 50-50 on this, either Wano or the tea party. Maybe he's gonna follow up after the tea, he's gonna show up at the tea party and then follow up to Wano. It might be possible. Absalom, number 6, I got Absalom. Absalom right now, he's working on the Moria. Again, I don't really have too much to say about him, because there's a big possibility he might come. I'm not going to say big possibility, but there's a chance he might be coming to the tea party and possibly writing an article and selling the information to the government, like the same way he did to the Kid Alliance. Like Kid was like, what the there was a snitching out crew. We also got to keep a note that Absalom has the invisible no me, so technically he can come to the tea party uninvited without anybody noticing. Probably make news to the world, like what happened at the tea party, and it's gonna be on the newspaper and all of that. And it's probably not gonna be like Thriller Bark, where the Straw Hats go to an island to have some accomplishment and nothing is really revealed like that. They might, whatever goes on and whatever happens at the end of the tea party or this whole cake arc, people are gonna know about it. We might get some bounty raids. No, probably not, but people are gonna know about it. It's gonna shock the whole world. Now, this one isn't a part of my list, but a lot of people are thinking Green Bull might show up like at the tea party. I personally think Oda is saving him for a later arc, maybe Wano Kuni. Now, I'm not even sure about Wano Kuni, because I'm thinking we're gonna see Fujitora at Wano Kuni, because right now he's chasing Luffy, and he's basically had that whole argument with Akainu. So Fuji might come back to Wano, but Green Bull might be later on down the line. But Wano is gonna have a lot of reveals and new characters, so I definitely can't wait for that. But thing about Green Bull is that we might get like a Blackbeard versus Dragon treatment, right? Where they do you know how like at the end of every arc they show different places, like they don't focus on the Straw Hats. They show like Baltigo, they show Shiryu. They might do something like that, and showing Green Bull just taking, like, eviscerating an entire fleet of pirates or something like that, possibly hinting to his ability. That's how Oda rolls. Like, he does that every time. Oda does it every time. So yeah, that's pretty much my list, guys. Comment down below who do you think who is coming to the tea party. Like, share, and subscribe. It's Ferro, and peace out.